Hello everyone and welcome to today's tutorial. Today I'm going to be taking you through the essentials of soap making. On this channel we take you through liquid soap, the bar soap, soaps in general, black soap, your shampoo as a soap, your car wash as a soap, your sanitary uses at home. Now I take it a step further by not just teaching you how to do the production, but also talking about the business aspect of these productions. So if you are interested in doing business from soap making, if you are interested in making a choice as a side hustle and your choice is soap making, any kind of soap, yes, this channel is the channel to be. If you are a newbie, you are welcome on board. If you have been on this channel with me all the while, you are welcome on board. Soap making essentials, soap making essentials. Come along with me. Welcome back. So today our soap making essentials, taking liquid soap as the first, it is important for you to understand your reagents. What do I mean by reagents? I mean the chemicals for your production. For instance, in our soap making, we have our natosol, and in some cases we have our cellulose. So in this video, I'm going to be chipping in some answers to the questions I have received times without number. A lot of people ask me, what other thickener can we use? There's no natosol in my country. Yes, cellulose. Cellulose is a very wonderful alternative to your natosol. Now, cellulose has different kind of brands. We have more than 15 different kinds of cellulose packaged in the market. I'm going to be showing you the different ones. I have their pictures on my screen, and each of them have their strengths and weakness. Some have more strengths and weakness than some have more strengths than weakness. So it is important that you understand each of these reagents, especially this natosol that we're talking about. If you understand the one that has more strength than weakness, it will help you in choosing. Now, this will be more applicable to people that are bulk producers, because if you are producing little and you are not producing purposely for sales, it will be difficult for you to identify which of the sacks that this particular seller, maybe a chemical seller, is selling to you from. However, it is important that you understand that an essential in this production is your thickener, because the cellulose acts as thickener, and that the thickener has different thickening abilities. So if you are using a particular cellulose and the thickening ability that is told, that I've probably made a video and I've told you that 100 grams of this will help you to produce 25 liters of liquid soap, and you make yours and you realize that it's thicker, or in some cases you realize that it's not as thick if you follow the exact procedure. Please understand that the reagents differs from brand, from the company, from the seller, from the source. So if you understand that, making your production and you are noticing slight difference, you are not going to have any issue. Now takes me to the sulfonic acid, the Texapon, our SLS, that are all forming agents. If you have watched my first video on liquid soap, I explained the purpose of these things in the liquid soap that I was producing at that time. Now, talking about the essentials, the foaming agent in your liquid soap is very important. A lot of people come to the working store asking about, I need it to foam, I need it to foam. And they also told us that foaming booster in the market, as of today, we have different kind of foaming booster. You see it all online on YouTube, people producing their foaming boosters by themselves. The difference in what they produce will determine how foamy the liquid soap will be. So foaming booster also differs. So when you use a particular foaming booster that the concentration is high, the foaming agent of your soap the foaming ability of your soap will differ from somebody that has used the concentration that is lower. So please understand that foaming booster does not foam more than sulfonic acid. Foaming booster does not foam more than Texapon. In most cases, the foaming booster is either you are using cocoa betaine, or it's a combination of your sulfonic acid and your Texapon mixed with water. Because a lot of people come to the working store and they will have bought their sulfonic as part of their reagent, they will have purchased their Texapon as part of their agent, and they have purchased their SLS, and they will say, increase my foaming booster. I need you to increase my foaming booster. And I try to tell them that foaming booster, because it bears that name, does not mean that this is the most important foaming agent in your liquid soap production. So I hope you get that. Now coming to our caustic soda, our soda ash, which are actually the washing agents. They come in different grams, and it is important that you understand whatever liter of soap you are making will determine the measurement of your caustic soda and your soda ash. Not just that, what is the purpose of that soap? Are you making a car wash? You may not need to add caustic soda, and you may need to add it maybe in a very little form. Are you making your shampoo with which kind of shampoo are you making? Are you going to be using the raw chemicals and adding caustic soda, or are you making something that you are just going to be using your xanthan gum instead of it to use your cellulose? There are so many roads, there are so many openings to the destination. There are so many roads you can pass to the same destination. So please understand that understanding your reagent matters a lot. Some people will tell me that I made the liquid soap, it didn't give me that result. Then I will tell them, send me your recipe. And when they send me the recipe, I'm telling them that you added citric acid. Citric acid is not in this formula that you watched. So why do you add citric acid? So some people will watch 2 different videos and combine the knowledge of the 2 different videos and make the production, and if anything goes wrong, they try to reach out to any of the the teachers that have taught. No, it doesn't work that way. Understand that it doesn't work that way, because procedures matters. When you make your liquid soap, for instance, let me use an example of somebody cooking soup. When you are cooking an ogbono, sorry, I'm a Nigerian, or you are cooking a normal stew, it is expected that the ogbono should draw, and it is expected that normal stew should not draw. So the reagents, the things you put into combining together to make that soap, determines a lot the end result of that soap. Now, coming to our fragrance. Fragrance is the most expensive thing in a liquid soap formation. If we are making 10 liters, in some cases the fragrance will be 1,000 to 1,500, especially with the exchange rate that we are having now. The rate at which the exchange rate is increasing is affecting local buyers and local sellers. So understand, when you are buying a soap and you are removing your fragrance from that soap, the price will come down a lot. And when you decide to increase fragrance, the price of your soap will increase. So understanding these reagents, understanding their purpose, understanding their costing will help you a great deal in doing your soap business. Now, before I round up this video, I'm going to be inviting us to our 3-day bar soap challenge, because I'm about to talk about the essentials also in the bar soap. We are planning to have a 3-day bar challenge that is going to be live. Like I'm speaking to you now, this is a recorded video. This particular 3-day challenge is going to be live. It's going to expose you to both the cold process soap making, to both the semi-hot process soap making and the hot process soap making. There are other ingredients, information that you are going to be getting in this 3-day soap bath practical live session. So for those of you that have come to my DM asking me how do you do the semi-process method that I put on my channel, asking me how much are you going to pay, this particular 3-day practical live session is highly discounted, and it is highly discounted particularly because of my subscribers. So if you are a subscriber, you are a newbie, you are not a newbie, you have always been with me, this is the time for you to take opportunity and learn from the scratch. Now, this particular training is basically targeted at beginners. All those your questions, all those things wandering in your mind, you don't have answers, this is the time for you to come and learn and have answers to your question. So it is not all about just watching videos and just combining the formulations. Do you have an understanding of what you are doing? Do you understand the essentials of this product, of this reagent that you are using? Do you know when to interchange this reagent? Do you know that there are alternatives to almost every reagent that we are using in the production? I hope to see you in class. Now, essentials of bar soap, oil or butter or whatever it is that you are using is very important. It's no longer news that palm kernel oil is rising every day. The price of palm kernel oil is rising by the day. The other time we were selling maybe 1,008 per liter. Before we knew it, it was 2,000 naira per liter. All of a sudden it has gone to almost 2,002 per liter. So, and that is even for people that are buying, maybe retailing or staying in the locals. There are some people that are staying in the locals, maybe the Ondo state, the Oyo state, that may be getting maybe the palm kernel oil cheaper. I don't know, I'm just assuming. But the point is that your oil, the oil you are going to be using, or the butter you are going to be using, is so important in your production. Honestly, it is the oil, the type of oil you are using, or the combination of oils that you are using. Yes, you can combine oils. For those of you that don't understand what we are talking about, bar soap production, you can use palm kernel oil, you can use your shea butter, you can use carrier oils, you can combine oils. I can decide to use my palm oil and now add it with my tallow, which is beef tallow. I can decide to use my palm oil, my palm kernel oil, and mix it with tallow. The combination cannot be, you cannot continue, you cannot count enough. The combination can come. I cannot castor oil. Why do we add all this oil? Sometimes because of the cost. In some cases, because of the purpose of the production. What do we want this soap to do on the body of those that are using it to have their bath? The cost implication, when I say cost, is because we are trying to reduce cost. So we may decide to go and use palm oil instead of us to buy palm kernel oil. We can decide to buy tallow and make it ourselves or buy. If your environment, in some cases where we stay, determines the kind of oil that is cheapest to us. So some people that are in other countries that have access to olive oil or some other oils, it will be cheaper to them. For those of us that are in Nigeria, olive oil is so expensive. So palm kernel oil will be cheaper to us that are in Nigeria. For somebody like me that stays close to Badagry, coconut oil is cheaper for me because I'm staying close to the source of coconut and I make production of coconut oil all by myself. So you understand that when you are making production, each and every one of the oil you are going to be combining should have a reason. Do I intend to reduce my cost? Or am I selling this soap to somebody that has a dry skin, or somebody that has an acne prone skin? Or the soap, is it for laundry? Is it multi-purpose? Is it for bathing? Is it an herbal soap? All of these combines will make you take a decision to know the type of oil you are supposed to use and in what percentage you are supposed to use them. Caustic soda is not, it is no longer something hidden. That caustic soda or potassium hydroxide is compulsory in your soap making. However, the measurement you are supposed to use when you are using one oil or the other, because these different oils have different saponification value. So the caustic soda that will dissolve the oil of palm kernel oil is not the same that is going to dissolve when we are using olive oil. It's not the same that will dissolve when we are using our shea butter. Therefore, you are supposed to calculate either manually or you're using your computer to calculate the measurement of the caustic soda you are going to be using when you are combining oils or when you are just making a one soap oil. Understand that your additives, now apart from the caustic soda, we also have additives we add to our soap to make it perform any of the functions that we have in mind. Understand that your additives have different purposes, they have different reaction on different skin type. Understand that they have different cost implications when you combine them or you put them into your soap making. So all of this together are what you are supposed to have a clear understanding about as you start your soap making business. I hope that this information helps. I will be in the comment section to answer any of your questions. I will be in the comment section to be able to tell you. Also, for my old subscribers, I intend to start a question and answer section on maybe on a Sunday basis or on a one Sunday in a month. I'm going to be in the comment section to listen to your views about this. And when we make up our mind and decide what exactly do we want to do, we can be able to come to a conclusion, and then we start the question and answer so that those people that are producing will not get stranded, they will have answers and they'll be able to proceed in their business. As I end this video, I wish you a happy soap business.